Pueblo Police Department has opened a new investigation into a citizen's arrest of a homeless man last fall. Newly released, pretty graphic video shows two men beating him while another holds him down.
Before we get to that story, we do want to warn you, we are going to be showing some of the video of the attack. It involves an MMA fighter and a volunteer for the Pueblo Sheriff's Office. 9 News reporter Steve Steger has been looking into this case now for a while to get the entire story, and this man's family has now hired an attorney.
They have, and that attorney is arguing that the citizen's arrest may have been illegal in the first place, and he's questioning the investigation by Pueblo PD. Again, we are going to show you the video that may be hard to watch here. It's important to note that the man beaten survives. He was accused of punching a teacher who tried to shoo him off of school property back in September. Her husband caught up to him, and the man's attorney is now questioning the police investigation into what happened next.
Pure vigilante justice.
That's what an attorney says you will see play out in the corner of this surveillance video, now 7 months old. His client, a homeless man, walks to the left of your screen and is taken down.
You see somebody that wants to play police officer, they take the law into their own hands, and in the process, they end up committing a crime.
Before we show you what happens next in this video, you need to understand what happened down the street minutes before. A police report from that day says Alex Montoya was sitting in front of Parkview Elementary, charging his phone and smoking. Staff at the school told police they told him to leave. He got mad, spat at them, then swung at a teacher, Maria Cullison, hitting her in the jaw. Then he left. The police report says Maria sent her husband, Doug Cullison, a photo of Montoya. Doug Cullison is a SWAT medic for the Pueblo County Sheriff's Office. That's him in the Jeep, pulling into a business and eventually catching up with Montoya and taking him to the ground.
It's a harassment. It's a harassment strike shove kick. It's false imprisonment. It's third-degree assault.
Montoya's attorney, Sean Conti, is referencing what happens next. As Cullison holds Montoya down, first one man on the sidewalk leans in and takes a few swipes. Then a minute later, a car pulls up and a man in a gray tank top runs up, first kicking Montoya like an extra point, then beating him like a punching bag. Conti says that's Cullison's son, an MMA fighter named Nate Cullison. He continues that beatdown for about 30 seconds.
Let's say he did, in fact, punch a teacher. Is it okay for her son and her husband to go and track him down and beat the crap out of him because he allegedly punched her? I think not.
Cullison continues to hold Montoya down until Pueblo police arrive. Cullison tells police he performed a citizen's arrest.
So citizen's arrest, it says, in order to make what's considered a lawful citizen's arrest, you have to be in the presence of the person you arrest when they're committing the crime.
In a police report, an officer notes Montoya had blood coming from his head and lip and several bumps on his head. The report says Cullison told officers as he attempted to make a citizen's arrest, Montoya was falling, and as he did, Cullison said he, quote, scraped his head on the ground.
If this would have been investigated properly, perhaps they could be facing even more serious charges, because we're not really certain the scope or the extent of my client's injuries on the date that they assaulted him.
In the report, officers don't note talking to anyone else on that scene. They gave Montoya a ticket and let him go.
It's not okay for people to take the law into their own hands, because we expect our police to be properly trained to be able to de-escalate situations and to be able to identify people who may be suffering some sort of mental health episode and act accordingly.
Now, earlier this year, Doug Cullison was awarded the Non-Uniformed Member of the Year award from the Pueblo County Sheriff's Office. This afternoon, the Sheriff's Office told us his volunteer status has been suspended pending the investigation into that video. The Pueblo Sheriff's Office, or the Pueblo Police Department, excuse me, reopened this case, claiming that they had never seen this video before. Neither Doug nor Nate Cullison responded to a request for comment this afternoon. It's hard video to watch, but it's one of those things where you question the investigation into this. When police arrive on scene and you get one side of the story, the video sure
seems to show a completely different side of the story.
I mean, clearly they're reacting in the heat of the moment. They care about the person that they're reacting to, but was that violent? And listening to his voice is really hard.
His attorney talks about proportionality. In this case, it was an alleged punch. We've asked for surveillance video from the school. The school didn't have any surveillance video. But it's an alleged punch and then that. And the proportionality just doesn't seem to add up.
Yeah, I mean, reprehensible, but then to watch that and to see the extent, the extreme violence that was taking place. And it's interesting to me, police pulled up and there was no question in why he was bloody, why he was on the ground. I mean, where was the questioning in the moment?
And in the police report, Doug Cullison says, when I took him to the ground, he scraped his head. Obviously, there's a lot more to that that's seen in the video. Obviously, the police weren't there at the time. The question is, should they have asked a few more questions about why he was...
When you're looking at the blood?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Steve, thank you. That was a difficult story, but we appreciate it. Thank you.